Aaron, tell me about your evolution here as you went from music to producing feature films and now leading up to this one, Freedom to Fascism. How did you start, anyway?
Oh, God. Now you make me feel old.
Sorry.
How did I start? Well, actually, I started back in high school. I started putting on I started putting on these events at local pubs and bars. There was a club called Fury's where I lived in Long Island, and I would promote those and have all my friends come and, hang out. And then I started promoting some rock and roll shows at some of the clubs out in Atlantic Beach and Long Beach. And then what happened, I wasn't much of a student in school, and I never really cared for school very much. And I went to work in my dad's ladies' lingerie business. And actually, I'm kind of famous in that business because I designed the first ladies' bikini panties.
You did?
I did, I swear, yeah. That was back in 1963.
I'm talking to a living legend, as I
in the underwear business.
In the underwear business.
And so I designed bikini panties. Actually, back then, girls used to wear these pants called clam diggers, and they used to come low on the waist and come down to the calf. And they had to roll their underwear down to fit underneath the pants. And so I said, well, if they can wear bikini bathing suits, why not bikini underwear? And that's how I got the idea. And then it became my dad's whole business. But my dad, God bless his soul, he's not alive anymore, but I didn't really enjoy working for him. I worked there for 4 or 5 years,
yeah.
I left, and I went to work for a new nightclub being built in New York called the Electric Circus on St. Mark's Place. And this is about 1967. And it was a really amazing club. It was a time of psychedelia and lots of drugs going on in America. And this club was one of those kind of clubs with light shows.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right? And so I worked there, and I was the gopher. And then the day they opened the club, they made me the manager. And so I managed the club for a while. And then I asked, the owners, what was my future there? And they said, well, basically, you're doing it. So I gave my notice, and I said, I'm going to leave and build my own nightclub. And I went out and I raised some money, and I moved to Chicago, and I built a nightclub in Chicago called the Electric Theater. And I was a big club, and actually the day the club opened, Martin Luther King was assassinated. And my club was empty because the city of Chicago was in flames. And I'll never forget that. And
as was Detroit and everything else, sure.
Right. And so my club was just open. It was dying of death. And so I had to learn how to start bringing big bands in it. Not when I say big bands, I mean famous rock bands. So I brought in Jefferson Airplane, and I'll never forget that we'd never had a big show like that before. And all of a sudden, thousands of people showed up, and it was really hot in the club, and I didn't know how to handle it yet. And I'll never forget, it was so hot, Gracie Slick's eyelashes fell out. She was so angry at me. She was angry. And then I learned how to do big shows at my club. Because my club held like 5,000 people.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, yeah, it was huge. It was pretty big. And that was real tight. That was really a squeeze, And